Noor Inayat Khan, a name whispered with reverence and awe, belonged to a lineage as captivating as the life she led. Her story is one of courage, resilience, and an unyielding spirit, deeply rooted in a rich and diverse heritage. Born in 1914, Noor entered the world in Moscow, Russia, her arrival heralding the dawn of a new era. The city, with its vibrant culture and historical significance, was a fitting backdrop for the birth of someone destined to leave an indelible mark on history. Her father, Hazrat Inayat Khan, was a descendant of Indian royalty, a renowned Sufi teacher and a musician of exceptional talent. His teachings and music resonated with many, spreading the message of love, harmony, and spiritual enlightenment across continents. His lineage traced back to the illustrious Tipu Sultan, the Tiger of Mysore, known for his valiant resistance against British rule in India. Tipu Sultan's legacy of bravery and defiance against oppression was a source of inspiration for Noor throughout her life. Noor's mother, Ora Ray Baker, hailed from Albuquerque, New Mexico, her American heritage adding another vibrant hue to Noor's rich tapestry of ancestry. Ora's journey from the American Southwest to the heart of Sufism in India was a testament to her adventurous spirit and open heart. Ora, captivated by Hazrat's spiritual teachings and musical prowess, embraced Sufism and became his devoted disciple. Their union was not just a marriage but a merging of two worlds, East and West, tradition and modernity, spirituality and practicality. Their union, a testament to the power of love transcending borders and cultures, blessed them with 4 children, Noor, the eldest, and her 3 younger siblings, Vilayat, Hidayat, and Khair-un-Nisa. Each child carried forward the legacy of their parents, imbibing the values of compassion, courage, and creativity. Shortly after Noor's birth, the First World War cast a long shadow over Europe, forcing the family to flee Russia. The turmoil and uncertainty of the war years shaped Noor's early experiences, instilling in her a deep sense of resilience and adaptability. They sought refuge in London, England, a city that would become a pivotal setting in Noor's life. London, with its rich history and cultural diversity, offered a new beginning for the Khan family, a place where they could rebuild their lives amidst the chaos of post-war Europe. In the aftermath of the war, the Khan family yearned for a place to call home, a sanctuary where they could nurture their children's dreams and aspirations. Their search for stability and peace led them to various cities, each leaving an indelible mark on Noor's upbringing. Paris, the City of Lights, beckoned with its promise of artistic freedom and cultural vibrancy. The city's bohemian atmosphere and intellectual fervor provided a fertile ground for Noor's burgeoning talents and interests. It was there, amidst the cobblestone streets and charming cafes, that Noor's formative years unfolded. Surrounded by the artistic and cultural milieu of Paris, Noor's creativity and intellect flourished, setting the stage for her future endeavors and contributions to the world. Paris, in the 1920s, was a melting pot of creativity, a city where the old world met the new, and where tradition blended seamlessly with innovation. It was a haven for artists, writers, and intellectuals from around the world who flocked to its bustling streets and cozy cafes, seeking inspiration and community. The Khan family, with their unique blend of Eastern and Western traditions, found themselves at home in this vibrant milieu. Their household was a microcosm of the cultural fusion that defined Paris at the time. They established their residence in Suresnes, a picturesque suburb of Paris, where Noor and her siblings thrived in an environment that nurtured both their intellectual curiosity and artistic talents. The serene surroundings of Suresnes provided a perfect backdrop for their upbringing, away from the hustle and bustle of the city center. Hazrat Inayat Khan, a firm believer in the power of education, instilled in his children a deep love for learning. He often spent hours with them, sharing stories, teaching them about the world and encouraging them to ask questions and seek knowledge. Noor, a bright and inquisitive child, excelled in her studies. Her teachers often remarked on her keen intellect and her ability to grasp complex concepts with ease. She was particularly drawn to literature, languages, and music, her mind absorbing knowledge like a sponge. Books became her constant companions, and she would often be found lost in the pages of a novel or a poetry collection. Her father's Sufi teachings, emphasizing peace, tolerance, and the interconnectedness of all beings, profoundly shaped her worldview. These teachings were not just abstract concepts but were woven into the fabric of their daily lives, guiding their actions and interactions with others. The Khan household was a hub of artistic expression, with music often taking center stage. Family gatherings were filled with melodies and harmonies, as each member contributed their unique musical talents. Hazrat, a gifted musician, played the veena, a traditional Indian stringed instrument, his melodies filling the air with a sense of tranquility and spiritual yearning. His music was not just entertainment but a form of meditation and a way to connect with the divine. Noor, inheriting her father's musical talent, learned to play the harp, her delicate fingers plucking at its strings, creating ethereal melodies that transported listeners to other realms. Her music was a reflection of her inner world, a blend of her cultural heritage and her personal experiences, resonating with anyone who had the privilege to hear her play. As Noor blossomed into a young woman, her artistic talents truly flourished. She possessed a natural gift for storytelling, her vivid imagination weaving tales that captivated her listeners. Her writing, often inspired by fairy tales and folklore, revealed a depth of emotion and a sensitivity to the human condition that belied her young age. She wrote children's stories, poems, and even a collection of musical compositions for children, showcasing her versatility and creative range. In 1939, Noor's talent as a writer found a wider audience when her children's story, 20 Jataka Tales, was published in Paris. This collection of ancient Buddhist tales, retold with Noor's characteristic grace and charm, further solidified her reputation as a promising young writer. Her work, infused with a sense of wonder and moral clarity, resonated deeply with readers of all ages. Beyond her literary pursuits, Noor's passion for music continued to burn brightly. She excelled in her harp studies at the Paris Conservatory, her talent earning her recognition and praise from her instructors. Her music, often imbued with a haunting beauty and a sense of longing, reflected her deep connection to her spiritual heritage. The idyllic world that Noor knew and loved came crashing down in 1939 with the outbreak of World War II. The streets of Paris, once filled with laughter and the vibrant hum of daily life, were now overshadowed by an impending sense of doom. The Nazi war machine, fueled by hatred and aggression, threatened to engulf all of Europe in its dark embrace. The relentless advance of German forces with their tanks and soldiers painted a grim picture of the future. France, once a symbol of liberty and enlightenment, found itself facing the grim reality of occupation. The swastika flag fluttered ominously over Paris, a stark reminder of the city's fall from grace. The Khan family, deeply pacifist and committed to the ideals of peace and understanding, was horrified by the unfolding events. They had always believed in the power of dialogue and compassion, but now, those beliefs were being tested like never before. As the Nazi grip on France tightened, the Khan family faced a heart-wrenching decision to stay in their beloved Paris, now under the oppressive rule of a regime they abhorred, or to seek refuge elsewhere. The thought of leaving their home, their friends, and their memories was almost unbearable. Ultimately, they made the difficult choice to flee their home, their hearts heavy with the knowledge that they were leaving behind a way of life that might never be the same. The streets they had walked, the cafes they had frequented, and the community they had cherished were now part of a painful past. The Khan family's journey to safety was fraught with peril. They traveled by foot, by train, and by ship, each mode of transport presenting its own set of dangers and challenges. The fear of being caught by Nazi patrols was a constant companion. They traveled by land and sea, their every step shadowed by the threat of capture. Nights were spent in hiding and days were filled with the anxiety of crossing borders and evading checkpoints. Finally, they reached the shores of England where they were granted asylum. The relief of having escaped the clutches of the Nazis was tempered by the uncertainty of what lay ahead in this new land. Noor, now in her mid-20s, found herself in a foreign land, stripped of her home, her language, and her way of life. The bustling streets of London were a stark contrast to the familiar avenues of Paris, yet amidst the uncertainty and upheaval, a steely resolve began to take root within her. Noor was determined not to let the war strip her of her identity and purpose. She refused to be a passive observer to the unfolding tragedy. The news of the war's devastation only strengthened her resolve to make a difference. She would find a way to fight back, to contribute to the struggle against tyranny and oppression. Noor's journey was just beginning, and her courage and determination would soon lead her to become a vital part of the resistance against the Nazi regime. Noor joined the Special Operations Executive, a secret organization that conducted espionage, sabotage, and reconnaissance in occupied Europe. Her training was rigorous, but she faced it with unwavering determination. She learned the art of disguise, how to conduct secret meetings, and the intricacies of sending coded messages. Every skill she acquired brought her closer to her goal of fighting back against the oppressors. Noor's missions were perilous, but she carried them out with a sense of duty and honor. She knew the risks, but her resolve never wavered. She was driven by a deep-seated belief in justice and freedom. Noor Inayat Khan's legacy is a testament to her bravery and resilience. She remains an enduring symbol of the fight against tyranny, a beacon of hope in one of history's darkest times.